Hey everybody, I'm here today with the Ride or Die makeup tag and I'm so excited because I'm doing a collab with my good friend Zenorah. She is seriously one of the nicest people I've ever talked to. She was one of the first people I ever reached out to on YouTube when I started my channel, and she was so nice, so willing to help me or give any kind of advice that she could. So please go check out her channel, her video, her channel, as well as her Instagram will be linked below. She's so amazing. If you follow her on Instagram, she always posts like really positive messages and they're very encouraging, so go follow her, go check her out. If you came over from Zenorah's channel, hi, I'm so glad you guys came by, and if you want, leave me a comment down below so that way I can say hi to you personally. So if you're not familiar with a Ride or Die makeup tag, it's basically all the makeup items that you could not live without. Like if you were stranded on a desert island, like these are the makeup items that you would want to be stranded with. So I'm gonna start with like how you'd normally apply your makeup with, like, you know, your base and your foundation and all that stuff, and work my way to like the lips and everything. Okay, so primer. I had to cheat and choose two, but that's because they're two like very different primers, which I'm not like a huge fan of primers. I kind of prefer just to wear foundation on its own. I feel like for me personally it just wears better because I have oilier skin. But if I do decide to wear a primer, I will go with one of the two of these. So the one I picked out was Benefit's Porefessional, and I really like this because it will blur your pores. So if you have large pores, this is really good. It also has kind of like a tint to it, so it's not just like your typical primer. It does have kind of like that beiginess to it, which I really like that. I think it like helps blur things a little bit better as opposed to if it were like clear. But it's definitely like a silicone-y primer, and if I'm just feeling like extra pory, then I'll put this on and it takes that all away. I'll even wear this on its own sometimes if I just like want to go out without any makeup, but I just kind of want to blur out some of my pores. And then the second one is the NYX Tea Tree Oil, and if you've been on my channel for a while, I always recommend this. My skin tends to get kind of like irritated and red, so this really like calms it down. I like this because it's soothing. It's kind of like a creamier consistency. It's kind of like a moisturizer, so that's why I kind of included this along with the Benefit one, because it's just kind of like in a different category in my opinion. I don't really think this like prolongs your makeup or really does anything to enhance your makeup. It just is very soothing, so that's why I really love this. This is actually my second bottle. It's still in the packaging, but yeah, I think I'll always continue to repurchase this product right here. And I feel like not many people talk about this, but tea tree oil is great for like acne prone skin and sensitive skin because it really is a calming ingredient. Okay, so from there, foundation, and I think this was really hard, but I just went with my gut feeling about it, and I chose the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. And this is really inexpensive. You can get this for like $5 at Walmart. This is a very matte foundation. It's kind of moussey, and it's very kind of like a thicker consistency. It's almost like clay. So it's right here, if you can see. It's just like, it's a very thick consistency. I was debating between this and the Kat Von D Lock It In foundation, but I did go with this because this is what I wear more than anything. It's very comparable, I'd say, like texture-wise and wear-wise to the Kat Von D foundation, but this is way more affordable, so I would recommend this to people because, I mean, again, I feel like it does pretty much the same thing. It's super full coverage, and I feel like it's something not really well known. So if you're looking for a super full coverage foundation from the drugstore, I would highly recommend this. Now, this is something that I could see getting kind of cakey on your skin if you do have super oily skin. So I would try to work with it in smaller amounts, but I mean, it's only $5, so if you don't end up liking it, you can just, you know, it's not gonna hurt that bad. But I really would recommend giving it a shot. I really love this stuff. I've used it for years, and it's what I'm wearing on my face today. Okay, so next up for setting powder. This is the Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in the color Light, and I'm actually out of this, but I'm trying to use some other powders that I have, but this is definitely my Ride or Die powder. It's super inexpensive, which I love affordable makeup, but that's not the reason I love it. It's just super like soft, and it does have a little bit of coverage to it, which I think is really helpful. Sometimes your foundation just will not build fully to opacity, so you know, you can just use a powder like this and it will cover completely. I've gone through, I don't know how many containers of this. I've used this since high school. I just absolutely love this powder, and I don't think enough people have tried this out. It's kind of, I always notice it on like the bottom shelf, so it's kind of like not up where everyone can see it. But if you ever get a chance to try this, I really would recommend it. I love this powder. Love it. I'm actually kind of sad that it's empty and I have to use other stuff because I have all these powders and I just never use them because I always want to use this. Oh, I skipped over concealer. I'm sorry. Okay, so for concealer, my Ride or Die concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I have the color Brightener. I love this stuff so much. Again, you can get this at the drugstore and it's pretty inexpensive, but what I love the most about this is the applicator. It's kind of like a sponge and it just feels so good on your skin. It's like the applicator is what I like about it the most. I don't think that the concealer is like necessarily like out of this world or anything like that, but I mean, I do love the concealer. It does have a good consistency. It does have good coverage. It's not the highest coverage is the only thing, and I do use this more to illuminate like in this area and like brighten my forehead and, you know, just to kind of brighten my skin up. A lot of people complain about the spongy tip applicator, but that's what I love most about it. It just feels good, so that's why I love it, and I always reach for this over any other concealer that I have. Okay, so next up I'll talk about bronzer and blush. So my Ride or Die bronzer is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this stuff is so good. I love this stuff. I love the packaging of it. I just think it's so pretty. This stuff is just, this is the best bronzer. I also have their regular bronze booster, and I don't like it nearly as much as this. I don't think it's quite as smooth. I have mine in the shade Light, and I was kind of concerned that it wouldn't really show up that well, but it does. It's a really great powder. It's super soft. It does kind of have a little bit of a sheen to it, but it doesn't show up. It's just not fully matte, and it smells great. It smells like coconut, so I love that. Like, it gives me a boost whenever I put it on, and it makes me want to reach for this more just because the smell is so pleasant. Okay, next up for blush. This was a splurge for me, and I was like so nervous about getting it, but I'd always wanted this. This is a Tarte blush, and it's in the color Flush, and I was really looking for like kind of a blue tone pink, kind of like a lilac-y pink, and this was just perfect. This is my very first Tarte blush, and I love this color. I find it very wearable and very like everyday appropriate. It's not an intense blush, and it lasts all day. That's what I love so much about Tarte blushes. They're so worth the price, and that color is just to die for. Like, I don't think I see colors like this really at the drugstore, so that's why I kind of felt the need to spend the money on this one in particular, and it's just perfect. I love this. It does seem a lot more like purple in the pan, but once you get it on your skin, it's like, it's pink. So if you guys can see that at all, I mean, it really does like show up pink. It's a delicate pink, a very wearable pink. It's definitely gonna last you a really long time. These are so worth the money, and I love it. So next up, how I do things, I go into my eyebrows. And so what I love the most for my eyebrows, and I've tried a lot of different stuff. I've tried pencils, I've tried pomades, I've tried powders. But what I absolutely love is this Ulta brow tint, and I have the color Light. And I've even tried like the Benefit brow tint. I've tried the Essence brow tint, and this one is just perfect. I love it. I love the color. I love the brush on it, the formula, and the price, obviously. But yeah, this is what I always reach for. This is my go-to, and this gets really good reviews. So if you're on the market for like a brow tint or something that's really good, check out the Ulta one. I swear by it. This is what I reach for every single day over all of the brow products that I have. I have like a basket full of brow stuff, and nothing compares to this at all. I've had this for the longest time too, and it's lasted me really well. Like, there's no sign of it drying out at all. So I mean, $10 will last you for a really long time for a really amazing product. So next up we have eyeliner. And this is definitely my Ride or Die. This is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, and this didn't take me any time at all. Like, in fact, when I first thought doing this video, this like popped in my head immediately because this was just without a question the best eyeliner I've ever tried. It's a felt tip liner, and it's so good. I've tried the Kat Von D liner and Trooper, and I know people really like that, but this is better in my opinion. The felt is so much softer. The Kat Von D one literally feels like a Sharpie. Like the texture of the tip is just too rough, and I feel like it kind of skips. If you need a really good eyeliner and you're trying to perfect the wing or anything like that, and you want a really, really dense black eyeliner, this is so good. I highly recommend it. It's worth the price. I got mine in like a Christmas set, so I got it almost a year ago, and it's still lasting really strong. Here is a line of it. It's so good. It's so smooth. No skipping at all. It's a super opaque black liner, so if you're on the market for something like that, I would highly recommend this. I recommend this all the time because it's seriously the best eyeliner I've ever tried. It's so easy to work with, and this is coming from someone who's not amazing at doing eyeliner, especially like a wing eyeliner. A wing eyeliner takes me like half an hour to do. So this really makes it easy, and it's great. It's an amazing eyeliner. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. And then for mascara, this was kind of hard. I went with L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, and I just went with this because this is something I've used for years and years and years. I've used it since I was in high school. It gives you a lot of volume, and it's just great. I know a lot of people love this mascara. It's highly recommended. So if you have not tried this, I would highly recommend that you do. So for eyeshadow, I didn't pick out an eyeshadow or an eyeshadow palette because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of eyeshadow. What I did pick out is a white eyeliner, and what I always do with a white eyeliner, well, I didn't today, but I usually put white in the inner corners of my eye or in my waterline, and that really helps open up your eyes and make them look more awake. And the one I always use is the NYX Eye and Eyebrow Pencil in white. This is good stuff. I don't think you need much more than this. I usually tend to go for more like natural looks anyway. So instead of eyeshadow, this is what I go for. So I would not want to be caught on a desert island without my white eyeliner. And then I wanted to mention my favorite eyelashes because these are just something I feel really passionate about, and I don't feel like a lot of people know about these lashes or talk about them, but they're my favorite. These are the Ardell Curvy 415 lashes, and as you can see, like, they're just kind of different. Like, they are really flared out towards the end, and they're really short in the beginning. It kind of reminds me of like old-fashioned makeup or like pinup makeup, stuff like that. I love these eyelashes. They're so amazing to me. They're everything that I want in an eyelash. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention a highlighter. So the one I always use is the Mary Luminizer, and I just have this like sample. I usually use the one out of a palette from TheBalm that I have, but yeah, I love this color. It's just kind of like a champagne-y kind of highlight. I've tried a lot of highlights, and I don't love them as much as I love this one. I think this is very flattering on pretty much any skin type. It's just very agreeable. A lot of times I don't really wear a highlight, but if I do, I will always reach for this because I just know that it works. I know it looks good, and the formula is really good, and it just kind of sinks into the skin. I know a lot of powders just kind of sit there and they look too obvious, but this, I feel like you can make it dramatic, but it also looks subtle at the same time. So I really love this. I know this is like a lot of people's favorite as well. Okay, so as far as the lip product goes, this was kind of an easy choice for me. I was gonna go with like lip liners and lip gloss and all that stuff, but I just decided not to go there. I just wanted to go with the one thing that if I had to choose one lip thing to bring with me on my desert island, this is the product that I would bring, and this is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Tokyo. This is the lip color I'm wearing today. This is what I'll always wear if I'm going to school. I just love this color. It's just kind of like a delicate pale pink. It's very agreeable, it's very easy, it's just something you can wear with anything, and it also lasts. So I really like the lasting power of this. I mean, it's not gonna last you eating a meal, but you know, it's not like a traditional lipstick or a lip gloss where it fades off after like an hour. Me, like, I have a tendency to like rub my lips together all day, so I can't really get away with wearing lipstick and stuff like that, but something like this is really helpful to me. It will stay on my lips, and I just love the color more than anything. I always get compliments whenever I wear this color, and I always recommend it to people. These smell so good. They smell kind of like vanilla frosting, and they're inexpensive, which is right up my alley. I love inexpensive stuff. So yeah, I have tons of these soft matte lip creams, and this is my favorite lip product of all time. Okay, so to set everything as far as like a makeup setting spray goes, I really love this one because it's something you can use just on your bare face. You can use it to set your makeup. There's just all types of uses for it. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. So I actually really like this on my bare face. Like if I feel my skin's a little bit tight or something, I'll spray this on my face, and then, you know, it just feels a lot better. I also really love the smell of it. It's like a rose scent. So this is just a really great spray all around. I like to use this if my makeup looks a little cakey as well. I don't think this is going to really provide you with longevity as far as like setting your makeup and everything, but it's just a really, really good makeup setting spray. This is also inexpensive. This is about $7, and this lasts me a really long time. Also, I wanted to include a nail polish. That was my ride or die, so if I had one nail polish to wear for the rest of my life, this is the color that I would choose, and this is OPI's Lucky Lucky Lavender. And this is just like my ideal color. This is my favorite nail polish of all time. If I had a nail polish created by me, this would be the color that I would choose. It's super girly, but it's also kind of like clean and delicate. I don't know, I just love this color so much. I would wear this on my nails every single day. I would have no problem with that, no objection to that whatsoever. So I also saw that people were including their ride or die perfume. So the one I would choose is Burberry, My Burberry. This is my favorite scent of all time. It's super floral, but it's clean. It's like got a very fresh scent to it. I find with a lot of floral scents, they're kind of like heavy, but this is so like light and fresh. I just love this. It smells so good. It's so like pretty and feminine. So if I only had one perfume to choose, I would choose this one for sure. It just smells so good. I don't know how to describe how it smells. Like if you've never smelled this perfume, you've got to smell it. It's just like kind of an agreeable scent. I don't know. But something also about it kind of reminds me of like shampoo or like hairspray. I don't know. It smells so, so good. Try this out. Go get a sample of it. Love this stuff. It smells so good. That is it for my ride or die makeup challenge. This was really fun. I can't wait to see Zenorah's video. I challenge all of you to do this video. It was really fun to kind of see what I would choose if like I had to absolutely only have one item. And don't forget to go check out Zenorah's video. Don't forget to subscribe to her. She's amazing. I know you'll love her. I don't think I have anything else to say, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!